Well, welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of the BrixCast. So if you are listening to this on the Solid Brick Studios channel, then this is probably maybe the first episode that you're listening to. But if you're listening to this on the BrixCast YouTube channel, or you're listening to the, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever your podcast app is, make sure you go watch episode, or not watch, I'm so used to YouTube videos. Make sure you go listen to episode 1 and 2, but we're on 3 now. But I am, of course, joined by my co-host, Aaron.
Hello, how's everyone doing? No one
I'm
can
doing
answer.
good.
Yeah,
I don't think the audience can comment.
it's not a. I forgot what that's called. Yeah,
we could do in the future. We could make this a live stream. I think that would be very interesting.
that would be fun. Yeah, because that way, if we mess up, we can't get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of topics today to talk about. The biggest for Lego Star Wars fans is the Executive Super Star Destroyer dropping out of nowhere. Midi-Scale is back.
I'm so in love with that.
We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. The BTS set sold out. Did we buy anything for March 1st? My thoughts on Rivendell now that it's out and it's going to be released in a matter of days. The Disney minifigures will lightly touch Indiana Jones, and Mandalorian Season 3 just premiered, and we're also supposed to be rumored to get some Lego Star Wars sets, so maybe we could talk a little bit about that as well. Aaron, you ready to get started?
Sure.
Alrighty. So first up, just a little catch-up. What have you been up to this week, man?
Well, I have had an extremely busy and stressful week, which was a lot more than I thought it would be. So without getting into too many specifics, I got a opportunity to get a large amount of 212 clone troopers, which David is aware of, and I was not aware how much physical space Lego can occupy, and that was a rude awakening for me this week. So I've had a long, arduous, that's not how you say that word. I've had a long and stressful week with a lot of sorting and driving, and more driving actually. On Saturday, I have to drive another 8 hours to go get these minifigures. So I've had a very Lego-orientated week, which has definitely been a nice break from school. I'm almost done with the semester, first half of the semester. So yeah, nothing too much. What's up with you?
So just to give some context to probably everybody listening right now, and you're probably just wondering what on earth did I just listen to, Aaron was able to secure a bunch of Lego 212th clone troopers via buying the magazines. There's this European Lego Star Wars magazine that has minifigures, or a single minifigure attached to the magazine. It retails for €5. It's exclusive to Europe, so you can only get it there. So if you're in the United States and you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's probably why. But anyhow, each month of the issue of the Lego Star Wars magazine is a different minifigure. For March, it was a 212th clone trooper. So if you happen to live in the European area in one of the countries, you can probably go to your bookstore or wherever you can buy magazines and find this. Yeah, well, probably can't now. But
it's sold out right away. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's already sold. Okay. Well, supposedly you could go to wherever you would buy a magazine and find this magazine, buy for €5, and get yourself a free Lego Star Wars mini. Well, not free, but it comes with the magazine. It comes with a minifigure.
The marketing is extremely specific on those magazines, which I noticed after touching thousands of them, is that they are extremely careful to market it as gift with purchase, as opposed to you're buying the figure. Because I'm pretty certain Lego can't just sell the figure. Which, I mean, that's more of a rumor in the Lego community, but, I'm pretty certain that Lego has to, be specific in saying this is not for the figure. The figure just happens to be attached to the magazine, which I think is personally pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's honestly just how they used to do. I mean, I hope they bring back minifigure polybags for gift with purchases. But it's nothing. They did that with so many minifigures in the past, like 2018 and prior. It was very common that either at Toys R Us or Lego.com, you could get a minifigure polybag. It's literally just like that with the magazine. So you'll probably see more 212 clone troopers on the market, like BrickLink, eBay, all that. I myself,
I can say you will. Yeah.
I'm getting a few from Aaron, but he's just insane. So you had to drive 8 hours from where. If you guys also didn't know, Aaron's in Germany.
I do live in Germany, yes. I live in...
Are you German, Aaron? How on earth are you there? I mean, I know we talked about it in episode 1, but just to recap for everybody.
My grandfather's German. But I don't live in Germany because I am German. I'm an American citizen. I live here with the U.S. government in a not like I won't be here forever. Like I'm probably leaving in the next 2 years or so. Even though I've lived here for a very long time, I speak German. I love Germany. I've made a bunch of great friends here. But yeah, it's a nice, unique opportunity. And like I said, I was given a rare opportunity to get these figures in an obscene bulk. And the problem is
obscene is like lightly talking about this.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
you have a bigger clone army than I have ever had on my YouTube channel. I hope you realize that right now.
I did not realize that. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Are you serious?
You have more clone troopers than I ever collected in my life.
Holy crap. Okay, that puts it in way more perspective. But basically, I bought thousands. I'm not gonna specifically say how many, but I did buy a plurality of thousands. And I'm not going to keep them all, and I'm not reselling them all for like scumbag prices. I sold them, a lot of them, more than like 3/4 of them to friends for basically cost. I mean, I'm going to have to charge a little more now because I didn't realize how much I have to do driving and work, because these figures come attached to the magazine, and they all have to be separated because the magazine weighs like what, a third of a pound. So if you're buying 100 of them, and a third of a pound stacks up pretty quickly and makes shipping pretty ridiculous. So
paper
I'm probably
is very heavy.
Yes, I'm going to have to invest. I mean, at this point, I'm already down 20 hours of labor peeling them, and I've only peeled like, maybe half of them. And I still have to, like I said, I have to drive back up to get the other half. And it was just, it was a jaw-dropping moment for me. I woke up at 6 a.m. to drive 4 hours to not northern Germany, northwest Germany. I live in southwest Germany. And I arrived at the place where I was picking them up, and I knew the people I was getting them from, obviously. They took me in this back room, and there's a pallet of boxes. And I'm like, oh, great, is this all mine? And like, no, this is half. And I was like, what? This entire pallet is half. And I did not buy more than 10,000, if that's what someone's thinking. I did not buy that many. I bought less than 10, but more than 1,000. And my jaw dropped, and I was just like, there's no way this is fitting in my Kia Soul, okay? Because I decided to drive up there with a Kia Soul, of course. And I spent the next 9.5 hours there, peeling them, discarding them, throwing away, going through boxes. And it is so demoralizing to do any task where you have a set amount of something you have to do, and that set amount just doesn't seem to get smaller. And with a pallet that is 14 by 7 by 7, so there's 14 it's 14 by 7. There's 14 boxes in each row of the pallet, and there's 7 rows of pallets. 7 rows of boxes. And it's so demoralizing to finish like 4 boxes, and you're still on the same level of the pallet, plus you still have 10 more boxes. It is like insane, and I was just dead tired, and it was just, it's great to have these figures, because I'm glad I was able to get all my friends these figures at an amazing price and an amazing quantity too, because it's really rare in Lego buying period that when you purchase such a large quantity, typically the price goes up, which is not what happened here at all. I was able to secure large quantities for everyone for, basically retail. So yeah, it's been a very eventful week. I know that you're pretty excited to get your figs. I'm pretty excited to be done with this forever, and I will reconsider it next time I have the opportunity to buy this many magazine figures, because just like the amount of work it is required is so much more. And I'm not saying it's hard work, okay? Please don't take this as like, oh, pity me. It's just tedious and time consuming. And that's a first world problem, sure, but it was something else, man. I was not expecting the workload that I was taking on there, that's for sure.
Tedious and time consuming sounds like taking apart a mock. At least mock's my size. So I know how you feel.
Yeah.
And I myself have experienced once in my life receiving a pallet full of Lego, and it can be overwhelming, no doubt.
It is so overwhelming. It is just insane.
It is very overwhelming, and it's also a special moment at the same time. But congratulations to you, Aaron, being able to secure that many 2/12 clone troopers. Like he said, I'll be getting a few. I'm going to be using them in a future mock, so I'll let you guys speculate what that will be. And then a bunch of our friends are also getting these 2/12 clone troopers as well. Yeah. So it's kind of within like this inner circle. But that's really cool. And if you guys didn't know, the magazine, it changes every month. So next month in April of 23, it'll be a different minifigure. So it doesn't last very long.
No, that's what's funny. I have the okay. I don't know
Are you
what
there?
the next magazines will be, but I can take a strong guess. And next month is an X-Wing, which is worse than the current X-Wing polybag. And then the next like 5 months are just ridiculous, horrible mini builds, which are the standard for the magazine. And then,
Are you there?
Yeah,
Okay, there we go. Our Discord call failed, but let's continue.
okay. As I was saying, I know that the X-Wing is next month, and then I know that for the rest of the year there is no other minifigure except for a Stormtrooper in October.
Wait, what do you mean an X-wing? Like a buildable X-wing?
Yeah, one that's worse than the polybag.
Oh, so there's no
Yeah.
minifigure.
No,
I thought it was always
like
minifigures.
we've been spoiled the last 5 months because we had the Mandalorian Loyalist, the Bo-Katan. I guess the Luke Hawk is an amazing, but it's still a cool figure to get. And I think, yeah, we had those 3 figures, which are all like great. I mean, Bo-Katan was a great one. Mandalorian Loyalist was also a great one. But yeah, the 212th Trooper marks the end of really good magazines until October. Because I mean, yeah, Stormtroopers aren't great, but I mean, $5, who's gonna say no to getting a couple of those, right?
Wow. Yeah. So I didn't realize that's how it works. I'm sure everybody listening probably has no idea how it works, but I thought it was a new minifigure every month, but I guess that's not
No,
the case. It can be a set. It could be nothing attached to the magazine.
no,
I
there
assume the
always
magazine
will be a
doesn't.
gift. There will always be a gift. That's what
Oh, okay.
that's the name. It's made by a company called Blue Ocean, and they produce all sorts of magazines. They have different Lego ones as well. They've done like Marvel ones with pretty cool
Oh,
characters too. But yeah, it's typically mostly bad mini builds. Personally, bad mini
uh,
builds.
like
Yeah.
like the type of mini builds you'd find like the advent calendar, I
Yeah, no,
assume.
that quality, but sometimes bigger. Like they have a pretty cool clone turbo tank one from a couple of years back. But yeah, it's not. I mean, the 212 will be the peak, in my opinion, and I think most of the people watching this listen to this opinion. But yeah,
Well, there you have it, guys. So I guess we'll just have to see where this magazine goes in the future. But let's go ahead and get started into our main topic of today, which is Lego out of nowhere dropped an Executive Superstar Destroyer Midi-Scale set March 1st, which is yesterday when we were recording this podcast. They dropped it at midnight when new sets were launching. They added new sets for what was coming soon, and nobody knew this was coming. It was rumored to be, I think people thought the set number was going to be an indoor helmet, and it was going to, like, the price was right attached to the set number. So I think it's 75356. Maybe I'm right. Let's see how good I am at that. And it was $70, and people thought it would be a helmet because that also matches the price of the other helmets. It's not. It's a Super Star Destroyer Midi-Scale, which looks very much in line of the Nebulon B frigate that we got a few years back. That was a Comic-Con exclusive, and then they brought it back on Lego.com for like VIPs for like a day, and then it sold out again, and then it just kind of
the
disappeared.
Nebulon was a fiasco. That was insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad taste with Lego Star Wars fans about how Lego handled that. I got my, I think I secured 2 copies actually, the Nebulon B frigate. I opened one, and I have a sealed one.
Oh wait, did you not
And
know
that was
about
actually a really good set. What's that?
You know the Nebulon released in November 2020, right? And in
Yeah.
October, exactly a month prior, Amazon uploaded an unnamed listing to Amazon that was $40, named SDCCSW 2020, and it
Oh
was
no, I do remember this. I do
yeah,
remember this.
no
Yeah,
purchase limit at all, and that's why thousands were purchased, and Amazon didn't cancel the orders; they just fulfilled them a month later.
That's
Why.
crazy.
I mean, in my opinion, that's probably why it wasn't really a great. I mean, the Bespin Duel, in my opinion, was worse because there was no option for like mass quantity, so it wasn't too cheap in the aftermarket. But like, yeah, the Nebulon that was an insane. Like a month early, you happen to be on like Amazon looking or on Reddit and you find or something like that. It's just insane to me that that's how that release was handled. Just shows how Wild West 2020 was with all the new logistics and new ways of going about products at that time. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, so the Super Star Destroyer, I think so far the fan reaction has been amazing. Everybody loves this set. Everybody's very excited about it. The only downside I've seen people talk about is everybody thinks it's overpriced at $70. I think it has 630 pieces. which definitely, and it's Midi-Scale, so it's using like small pieces and stuff like that. So it's nothing like, it's not like a giant set. It's 17 inches long though, so it is actually pretty sizable.
Damn, 17
But
inches.
yeah, 17 inches. Yeah, so it's a decently sized Midi-Scale set. So it's debatable whether it's going to be worth $70 right now. I think everybody's thinking that it should be like in the $60 to $50 range. I of course will have a review on my channel coming out. Let's see, it comes out May 1st. So most likely, I have no idea when the embargo date for the set would be. So if I had to make a guess, it's going to be like mid-April when I'll have a review out. So definitely at least a week or two prior to its release. But you can actually go on Lego.com right now and pre-order it. So if you're interested in it, you can go and look at it, pre-order it. And you can cancel the pre-order if you later on you want to decide to get something else. Because there is still rumored diorama sets to come. And we have, of course, the May 4th, I believe... Yeah, the big $240 set, and then we also have supposedly another promotion. Hopefully, it'll be just as good as the Baru promotion of last year, but we'll talk about that in a future podcast episode. Going back to the Executive Superstar Destroyer, it's a little bit of a mouthful. I think probably the most appealing factor is that the UCS set, which came out over 10 years ago now, has inflated all the way up to like, I think that set goes for like at least $1,500 to $2,000. Even used, it goes for $1,000 plus, I think. So, it's very hard to procure a Superstar Destroyer, and so the fact that we're now getting this Midi-Scale set, I think, will appease a lot of fans. I think that's a big appeal. Is that finally I can get my Superstar Destroyer without spending thousands of dollars. And then just I think the appeal of bringing back Midi-Scale is very appealing as well. What do you think, man?
I love that so much. I mean, the second I saw that Executor release, first, I mean, nothing negative except for the price, which I know you can disagree with, but personally, I think $70 is just too much. No figure, no reasonable appeal like that. If it goes on clearance somewhere or goes on sale, that's when I'll get it, because I'm not too keen on dropping $70 on it. But I saw that set released, and I went right away online here, and I was like, I got to get the other two Midi-Scale sets I don't have, because I already have the Nebulon, but I gotta get the Falcon and the Star Destroyer, because I've wanted them since I was a kid, but I just never really pulled the trigger, because they hover for around like 50-ish used here, and that's not a bad price at all. That's basically what retail was, and it's like, yeah, it's cool, it's not a bad price, but like at every single time I was going to buy stuff, there's always something better for 50 euros, because like it's a Midi-Scale set. Like, they're great, they're cool, I love what they are, but it's a Midi-Scale set, let's be honest, right? Like, there is no like outstanding appeal to them, in my opinion, at least. I'm going to get them, I like them, but I think that if you have only limited amount of money to spend on Lego, I would get something else, always.
Yeah, so I mean, first off, I have all of the original Midi-Scale sets, which is 2 of them. If you guys didn't know some Lego Star Wars history, I think it was 2010. It was either no, I think it was no, it was 2009 and 2010. So in 2009 they released the Millennium Falcon Midi-Scale set. It was like out of nowhere. It was such a weird. It even had the Clone Wars box art on it, which is just wild. And then in 2010 they did another Midi-Scale set, which was the Imperial Star Destroyer. And that had the Captain Rex blue box art, that beautiful box art with the lightning. I still love that box art to this date. So they released 2 sets in each summer wave back to back in 2009, 2010, and then it just disappeared. It just fell off. I guess it did. I think it didn't sell well. I remember going to Walmart back in 2010 and seeing like 40 of those Midi-Scale Falcons on the shelf, and nobody was buying them. I didn't even buy one of those. Like the Falcon I skipped out on. I thought the Imperial Star Destroyer in the 2010 wave was cool, so I did end up picking up. I think I even reviewed it. If you go far enough back on the Solid Brick Studios channel, you can find that review.
10-year-old David video. Oh,
you can find amazing. A Lego Boy Productions review of that. Let's see. I mean, how old was I at the time? I was probably like 13, 14 years old at the time of reviewing that set, which is just crazy to think. So that was a long time ago, and like Aaron said, in 2020, they brought Midi-Scale back as a San Diego Comic-Con, and then they kind of released it through Amazon, through Lego.com, being the Nebulon B frigate. That disappeared, and now we're getting the Executor Superstar Destroyer, which just pops up. Yeah. It just pops out of nowhere again. Like, it's so funny. If you look at the history of Lego Star Wars Midi-Scale, it just has a habit of just disappearing off the planet as soon as something comes about, which is hilarious.
Yeah, and I'd like to just add, I think that I agree. They sold horribly. in 2010 and 2009 because Lego was different back then. I mean, there was an undeniable shift in the fan base in the last few years. And I think that this time around, this set will sell, like, really well. I mean, like any of the adult sets do. Like, I don't see us not getting more in the future, which is exciting for me because I find these better than the helmet sets. I like the helmet sets too, but I think these are, like, leagues better than the helmet sets.
Yeah, so I have a little prediction that what we're seeing here with the Super Star Destroyer is similar to what we saw 2 years ago with the Carbonite Chamber. It was kind of like a diorama set, and then like the following year in 2022, last year, we got the full diorama wave. And I think this is Lego once again experimenting, putting out like this Midi-Scale set, seeing how fans react, seeing sales numbers, and then potentially we could get more next year.
What carbon freezing chamber? What set are
the Darth Vader chamber. You don't remember that set? It was like a Walmart exclusive.
Oh, that. You said carbon. Yeah, that's not carbon freezing. That's Darth Vader's, like, pin house. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It is not a carbonite chamber.
I was like,
I don't know why.
The carbonite chamber we got was 2015.
Oh, my God. You're totally right. I totally messed that up. What is it called then? It's just the Darth Vader chamber?
Yeah, Darth Vader's meditation chamber, I think it is. The one that comes Admiral PA.
Not carbonite, not carbonite. Meditation. That's a big fob up on me, guys. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I was thinking carbonite. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe we'll get a Han Solo carbonite diorama though. I could see
that'd be horrible.
That'd be horrible. But yeah, I think depending on how this sells, we could potentially see more Midi-Scale sets, or just like the Nebulon. Or just like the Nebulon, this could just fall off the planet again, and we'll never see Midi-Scale after this. Super
the Nebulon was never meant to spark a new line. I mean, the Nebulon was intended as Comic-Con, like,
right.
That's it. I'm guessing. This is completely speculation out of nowhere. I'm guessing they were designed at the same time, and they just made the Nebulon the Comic-Con set because they weren't ready to make this a sub-theme yet. And I'm guessing that this Star Destroyer is going to be like a real test, because the Nebulon's not a fair test, because the Nebulon was always going to sell out right away, purely because of the nature of the set being a Comic-Con set. But I think that this set will do well, which, not to like end the topic, but let's move on to our next one, which is the BTS set.
Before we get that, I have one more thing I just want to point out, is that I love the set. I think it looks great. Can't wait to review it. I do think it should come with at least one minifigure, exclusive minifigure for this Midi-Scale set. There's even a place on the stand you can see that where it could go on the other side of the 40th anniversary plaque. I think we should get one minifigure. I think that would help the $70 price tag. But the fact that we're not getting a minifigure, I think that's disappointing. I'll talk about it when I get the chance to review it in a couple weeks. But that's the only downside, other than the price, is I do think a minifigure would have been cool to come with it. And I also just want to point out that I see this appealing Midi-Scale specifically. I see this being very appealing to a lot of Lego Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if you're getting into the hobby, it's appealing to get like a really cool ship that you can. It's not super big like the UCS set, and you can put it on your desk where you work at home or something, or your bedroom. Like these type of sets can fit anywhere. And they're obviously not super expensive, so it's basically, I mean, it's Midi-Scale, but it's basically a scaled down UCS set that's much more accessible to a lot of people, and I think that's a big appeal. But like you said, BTS set.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about is that I'm very well aware that it sold out within an hour in the U.S. online after it launched. Which, if you listen to our last week's episode, which by the way you should go listen to that, I was relatively skeptical on the success level of the set. And it's funny because in the U.S., it's gone. Here, fully in stock everywhere. I mean, there's no struggle to get the set at all. It's in stock on Lego Germany right now. I can buy 3 of them if I wanted. It's funny to me because like I was wrong and I was right, which I think is pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, congrats to Josh, the designer, who I met at Brick World last year, I met him at Brick Fair. And congrats to the other designer. His name is slipping me right now. I'm sure that it's doing really well in the U.S. and they're going to get what I think is 1% of the sales, which is great. And then, yeah, I mean, I hope to see it keep selling out. Obviously, if this starts a new product line for Lego, that's pretty cool. But like I said last week, not for me. But yeah.
I did actually buy one. because I didn't.
No.
I had some FOMO. I wanted to get
Oh yeah.
one in case it was going to be sold out for months. I don't really care for BTS, but I do like buying cool.
You're not
like,
a Jungkook fan?
not cool, but just kind of exclusive Lego sets. Plus, I do know the like you said, we know the designer, the original fan submission designer for the BTS set. He's part of Empire Lug, so
Super nice guy, by
kind
the
of
way.
want to
Yeah.
support him. I gave him $1. Like if you said it's
Yeah,
1%, then I gave
yeah.
him $1 because it's a $100 set. So there's the
I gave him
dollar donation.
$15 for some Galador, and that was more worth it.
Yeah, so I was actually on Lego.com at midnight on March 1st when it was February 20th turned over to March 1st, and they brought out the good old you have to sit in a queue. Lego.com, that seems to be a reoccurring thing for big release days online, and I was worried that I was sitting in the queue for 15 minutes, and then I got in. I was worried that it was going to be already sold out. Thankfully, it wasn't. It went on back order real quick. Came back in stock, then it said we'll ship in 60 days, and then it said temporary out of stock, which is where it's at now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great. I mean, I don't think I'd be upset if this set sold well. So, I mean, I really don't have any more thoughts than we did last week. I think it's not for me. It's not targeted at either of us, frankly. So, we shouldn't act like it is. And I think that's fine. I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone really get angry about this set existing. I laughed at it because some of my friends and I use the way that some BTS fans act as a joke amongst ourselves. Not in a mean way, but it's hard to explain the inside joke, obviously. But yeah, it's a cool set. I'm glad it exists. Maybe it gets new people to the hobby, which is always great, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. So my friend Tiago, who, if you guys don't know Tiago, he's a wonderful Lego reviewer. I didn't get the set for review, but he did, and I was just checking his review. Surprisingly, his review only got 60,000 views in the past week, which is interesting because, again, I've seen, and we talked about in the last podcast episode, that Lego fans don't seem to be very interested in the set. I'm not really that interested in the set, and I'm a Lego fan, so I totally understand that perspective. But I was wondering if the BTS army would come and raid, reviewers of the set, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. It seems like, once again, Lego fans are turned off by this set. It's really just appealing if you're just a fan of the boy band.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess I don't know. It's just it's something that exists, and we're gonna see it every time you go to the Lego store, every time you're online. Maybe it's in stock, maybe you want it, maybe you don't, and I feel like that's an okay set to have. Would I rather the set be a different idea submission? No, because I'm glad Josh won, but also yes, because I don't like this set. But that's not us. We're not Held Kirk Christensen making these decisions, which I don't think he is, but only name I can think of.
Yeah, exactly. But on to our next topic, which is kind of in relation to the BTS set, which is did we buy anything on March 1st? I just told you guys I did buy the BTS set. But Aaron, did you buy anything on March 1st?
I bought a couple thousand 212 clones.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that doesn't count. That wasn't on Lego.com.
No, it was not. That's imagine if those were on Lego.com. That'd be insane.
Well, did you get the Lego Star Wars helmets because those launched?
No, I'm waiting for a sale. I like them.
Wow.
I've seen them in person. I've built as well. I saw them in the display, and I mean I think they look fine. I'm gonna get all three of them. Obviously, I still need to get the Dark Trooper and Darth Vader ones, but the $70 is too much, man. It is just for no figure, and for something that I know will go on sale. I'm just not gonna drop the money.
Wait! You're a fan of the Dark Trooper helmet?
No, I'm not a fan, but at that point I'll have all except for it, so I might as well get it.
Oh, well, the reason why I say that is I just did a video covering all the Lego Star Wars helmets and compared them and ranked them worst to best, and I put the Dark Trooper helmet as my least favorite. Spoiler alert.
It's the worst ridiculous set. Why would they make that?
It's the worst helmet. It's not even because it looks bad. It's just build-wise, it's the most breakable. It just breaks on it. It's so unbelievably fragile. I want you to build that. I want you to throw it across the room because you'll be so frustrated. As soon as you pick it up, the head just falls
across
off.
the room will not end well for it, personally speaking. Except, you know what? I'm gonna just do a quick interjection here. The 2019 big Batwing, that set is insanely durable. I don't know if you built that set.
I know.
That thing
I did a review on it.
you pick it up by the wing with one hand, you're good. Like that, the way that the designers are able to make that set so sturdy, because obviously it has to be mounted on a wall, or some people like myself will mount it on a wall, is just, it's amazing what you can do with Lego. And then like you see like, wow, this is an amazing set for $200. 3 great figures, awesome everything. Great structural integrity. And then you turn and you get a set like the UCS Land Speeder, which is just like, I don't have words to describe my hatred.
I thought the land speeder was built well.
I don't think the build is necessarily bad, but I guess the quality of set is what I was talking about there. But yeah, that's not important.
Okay.
Yeah. March 1st, otherwise I bought, I think, 2 of the new Speed Champions and the Up House.
Oh, okay. Oh, you bought the... Wait, that came out on March 1st? I didn't realize that.
Wait, did I buy it? I don't remember if I pre-ordered that or I bought. I really have no idea.
I don't have it yet. It was online. Oh, okay.
I think, whatever. If it isn't released, I pre-ordered it. If it is released, I bought it. Whatever. Yeah.
We should probably know this.
I really should, because considering I spent money on it, yeah.
Well, on our next topic, I kind of want to talk about Rivendell. We've brought it up in every single podcast episode since we started this.
I'm frankly kind of tired of it, but yeah, let's go ahead.
I know I'm kind of getting just a teeny bit of fatigue from Rivendell, just because it took me days to get my review done. It's one of the longest reviews on a Lego set I've ever done as well. I think the total video time length, the final video time length was 32 minutes, but I had to cut it down. I think the original footage was about 4 hours of footage, and I had to cut that down to 32 minutes.
I don't envy you. Yeah.
There was so many details, there were so many things to talk about. It was overwhelming to get every little thing in the review, and I tried my best. And if you go and watch the review, unfortunately, I saw some Lord of the Rings fans saying I didn't pronounce something right. I didn't know what the
oh my gosh,
I
David,
called something lettuce
you?
when it was really, I know I called something lettuce when it was like this elvish food, and I didn't pick up on the reference. So I wasn't
honestly
perfect.
delete your
I tried
YouTube channel.
my hardest.
Like,
I know. That's it. I got one lettuce should not, the lettuce reason alone, I should delete my channel.
How dare you mispronounce Elrond? Okay, and that's just that's a proper pronunciation.
It's Elrond, right?
Yeah, it's Elrond. I think. I mean, I don't know. I've never watched the movies.
I don't know, man. I've seen the movies multiple times, but like I'm not a diehard fan, so I don't know everything like I do with Star Wars. But I got.
So you know that there was a carbon freezing chamber last year. You know that?
Oh, all right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Yeah, you're not gonna live it down. It's fine.
All right. Well, just finishing up on Rivendell, I just want to say that the set's really great. If you're interested in it, I do recommend it. And just giving you a little TLDR about the review. Overall, I think it was one of the best Lego sets we've gotten in the last couple of years in terms of value, what you're getting out of it, size, pieces, minifigures. Like it just all lines up, and it's truly one of those like best of the best Lego sets, in my opinion. But at this point, I kind of just want to take a step back from Lord of the Rings and get back to like other stuff.
My gosh.
Yeah, we'll go work on Geonosis. That's what I need to do. It's like
yeah,
I'm not tired of like the Rivendell set.
I'm looking kind of monthly.
I'm tired of spending many days editing and reviewing Rivendell and just I'm just ready to move on now. But go if you're interested in the set, go buy it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna probably sell out. It comes out in a few days. I think it comes out like March 5th, which is kind of a weird. It's weird.
Weird.
Why do you think they pushed it from March 1st to March 5th?
Well, they released a couple $1,000 in other sets on March 1st. They probably didn't want to overshadow it.
Yeah, but I think it's more of just like fan control or population control, if you will, in terms of like they don't want.
Oh, you mean the Lego Deep State?
The what?
The Lego Deep State.
I don't know what that is.
That's okay. It was a bad commentary joke on like there's a secret Lego society that determines stuff like that. No, it was a horrible joke that no one would probably understand. But no, I think it's just because they released other stuff.
Yeah, my speculation is that they just didn't want like literally like a line out the mall for Rivendell and all the other sets. Like the lines could be potentially huge, and so I think they're just trying. And the stress on the Lego store employees is probably a factor. Like I have a lot of friends that work at brand retail stores for Lego, and they all tell me that release days are some of the worst they have to work. They're always
Yeah.
stressful. Sometimes it can get dramatic if you get people who are upset that they sold out of, say, the Rivendell set. Having to deal with that plus everybody else. It's a lot. It really is, and so release days are heavy on not even fans but the employees as well that work for Lego. So I could see why they
Yeah. Not to
separated because
flex,
of that.
not to flex, but like every release day I've gone to at my Lego store, there's like 4 people. It's super chill. Everyone's super nice. Everything's never
Well,
running in stock.
congratulations. My Lego
Yeah.
store is still 2
And
hours away.
another
I, I'm
Germany
I'm
dub. I mean, mine's an hour and a half, so I'm not better. Or an hour.
I'm still upset that we are getting, where I live is where they're building the new Lego factory, the one that's going to make all the
That's
sets
hilarious.
in the US. They're making the Lego factory, like they're building the actual factory 20 minutes away from where I live, and it pisses me off that the closest Lego store is still over 2 hours away from me. So I'm getting the factory before I get a Lego store near me.
You know the city of Houston has like 3 stores, right?
Texas has like 13 Lego stores.
Texas
It's
has
crazy.
too many. San Antonio, Austin, and Houston. There's like 6 stores there. It like those are all cities that are like hour away and 2 hours away from. Like they're not far from each other. And then Dallas has 2 or 3 as well. Like Texas has so many, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I envy when you go visit Texas. If you guys would know, Aaron's also from Texas.
That's my residential where I pay taxes, where I have my license and stuff like that. Yeah. Wait, what?
Where I pay taxes.
Why are you laughing?
All right.
Wait, hey. I pay
What?
taxes. I pay taxes.
Okay. Sure you do, Mr. Drummond, man.
Okay. I will not take the slander. I pay my taxes like a good American citizen.
Fair enough.
You know,
Me too.
There is no income tax there, but yeah.
Our next topic is Disney Lego
Tax fraud.
released the
Oh.
yes,
Sorry.
yeah, tax fraud, absolutely. Our next topic is Disney released a new Disney minifigure wave, like the original. What do you call them? Just like iconic
BMFs?
Disney characters. So this is the 3rd series, right?
Yes, it is, and I know
think it's
so much about them.
It doesn't say Series 3, but it technically is. I think it just says Disney 100 or something like that on the packaging.
Yeah, I think Disney's
but it
pretty
is the
strict on their
3rd
marketing.
series. Lego is doing this big Disney 100 thing where I think there's rumors that we're supposed to get like this big, another like Disney castle type of set, like really expensive, thousands of pieces. Like, I mean, that's kind of just, I could speculate and say that something like that was coming. As to what that could be, I have no idea, but we're talking about the minifigures. I think they all look good. I showed my girlfriend. She loved the fact that we're getting Pocahontas, which I'm not going to lie, the Pocahontas minifigure looks fantastic. Is there any others that stand out to you? I also like the new Stitch as well.
I cannot lie. I have not looked at the pictures. I could not care less. I mean, it's cool. Might grab a few if I see them, but I really do not care. Like, it is not my cup of tea.
I have plans to buy them simply because I love filling up the Disney Castle set with Disney minifigures. So I have both of the original 2 series, and I have my Disney Castle filled with those figures, plus the ones that came with the set.
David,
So
are
I'll
you a
probably
Disney adult?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not even. I mean, I grew up with all these Disney movies, like most of everybody watching. So there's a lot of classic movies that they're making figures of, and like Pinocchio. I'm looking right now. There's Pinocchio. There's Cruella de Vil. There's Fantasia. Mickey Mouse. There's Mulan. I am not gonna lie. I'm extremely excited that we're getting Robin Hood. I love the original animated Robin Hood movie as a kid.
I love Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's awesome. Not gonna lie. And then
Have you seen
Baymax,
that?
like
No?
there's some really good figures in this wave.
They're making a Baymax?
Yeah, see, you should have looked at the
that's cool.
photos.
I
know.
probably won't. I might get a Baymax. That's pretty cool. I liked Big Hero 6. It's a good movie.
See, it's
Comic,
appealing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll get them on sale. I don't really need to buy those day one. I mean, I don't think most people do, but yeah. From like the pictures I've seen of like select ones, they look pretty cool.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find a price.
I'm guessing it's 4. I mean, it is 4 or 5.
I think it's $5 now, but
Wouldn't surprise me. The
I don't-
license plus their price increase, yeah, probably 5.
I think it's 5. Well, I don't. I'm actually maybe it's 6 now, man. I wouldn't be surprised. No, they're $5. They are $5. They come out. They come out May 1st. Oh wow, that's still 2 months away. They come out the same day the Executive Superstar Destroyer comes out.
I know what I'll be buying
Interesting.
instead of those. Yeah, not the executive either, but something. I'll be buying something.
Fair
Yes.
enough. Our next topic is there has been rumors, and I've been bringing this up in my reviews. There's rumors that Lego Indiana Jones could come out again this year, given that we're getting the 5th movie. I can't comment on the leaks, but there was some potential leaks of Lego Indiana Jones, so it's still not officially confirmed that it's coming back. Hopefully, we'll know within the next couple months. I imagine maybe the next couple weeks. Hopefully,
So
we'll
I'm
finally
gonna come
figure out.
here. I haven't signed. I have not talked. I can talk about some interesting things.
What interesting things do you have to say about a still not official Lego theme, other than the
So
original Lego Indiana Jones that we got many years ago, which I still love
first
to
of
this
all,
day.
those sets are absolute fire.
They still
And
are. I bought I literally got a whole bunch of the original ones last year because I wanted to have them in case
they
they're
are so
remaking
good.
them.
They are so good.
They are. They're just.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say I'm pretty certain they're remaking them. This is all hypothetical, though. However, also I'm not gonna say it is, but also like there's a good chance that a certain cannibalistic set is 100% not coming out anymore. So I'm sorry to the fans of that hypothetical set, because hypothetically speaking, it's not coming out. I'm you can choose not to believe me, but it's not coming out, and that sucks because I think it looked pretty cool, and I was looking forward to a hypothetical new Mola Ram, hypothetically, but I think that this theme hypothetically would be pretty charged, considering the content of Indiana Jones is relatively. I mean, I'd say I have no problem with it. I think it's a great story, everything, but modern day standards are definitely stricter. And I'm surprised that if they make a hypothetical airplane set, that they're choosing to make a hypothetical representation. I should say saying hypothetical representation of a German World War II bad guy airplane, because that seems pretty. I mean, I understand that I think the movie's 38, so it's not technically World War II, but it's the same people. Come on now.
Aren't the original Indiana Jones movies, they're all PG, right? Or PG-13?
Okay, but 1980s PG and PG-13 are different. Also, there's no, they don't go into the nuances of the political system of Germany during World War II. They just have them as the bad guys, which is easy to have them as bad guys. I think Steven Spielberg even said he made them the bad guys because of, a revenge for... Not a revenge, but you know what I mean? A symbolic... Easy punching bag is what they are. I mean, undeniably. But...
Yeah.
I was definitely, as a child even, I was kind of confused why they made them in the first place, because, they can call them whatever they want, right? Those are desert Nazis. I'm sorry. That is what they are. And the fact that Lego made so many sets of them is just insane to me. But, here we are, getting some new hypothetical ones, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think they look good. They look good. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm hoping Lego Indiana Jones returns this year. A fun fact: I remember going to last year when I was visiting Lego's campus, their headquarters in Billund, Denmark. They told fan media, "Oh, we're going to be showing you a brand new theme," and everybody thought it was going to be Lego Indiana Jones. They come in the room.
Oh.
And they have this fabric that they take off the sets. I think someone posted a video from other fan media. I didn't have a video of this, but they come in, they take this fabric off a set, and I'm like, my friend Lee was next to me. And I was like, Lee, it's totally like some Indiana Jones set. I bet it's I don't know, the temple. Well, no, what's the original? What's the first?
It's the Temple Escape.
With the boulder. Temple Escape.
You just call it the Temple Escape, yeah.
Yeah, so I was telling Lee, I was like, I bet it's Temple of Escape underneath this curtain or whatever. They take it off, and then the dude's like, we're bringing back Lego Lord of the Rings, and it's the Rivendell set, and we're all just freaking out in the room. It was just jaw-dropping, nobody saw this coming. There was no rumors also at this time about Lego Lord of the Rings coming back, so it was completely out of left field. So I never saw any Lego Indiana Jones sets. I thought it would happen. To my knowledge, it still isn't happening, but there's quite a bit of rumors that it could come back, given that we're getting...
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically. Yeah, exactly.
That seems, I think that's the most said word.
I think it's funny,
this
though.
podcast is hypothetically now.
Yeah, but I was certain that we were going to get Lego Indiana Jones when I visited Denmark. But nope, it was Lord of the Rings, so that was funny.
I can tell you, I'm more happy about one versus the other, and I think you can guess which one.
Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I honestly, let's talk about Rivendell again. Wait, sorry, I said that wrong. Let's talk about Riverdale again.
Oh, dude, I got people also saying that it's not Rivendell. I think it's Rivendell.
Oh wow,
that's the correct pronunciation.
Riven don't care. Like they that's not against you. That's kind of mean. I can't say I relate. I am glad you like the set. I'm glad you do.
I still like the set. I think people should buy it if you're interested in it.
Great. Yes, I'm gonna go drop half a grand on that.
Oh my god!
Thank you. Sound
says
advice.
The man who just bought. Says the man who spent who knows how much on 2 12th Clone Troopers.
That okay. I wouldn't throw rocks in the glass house. Okay. Yeah. We both spent too much money. Let's keep that in mind. No, okay. Let's move on.
Did you watch? Yeah, our last topic is Mandalorian season 3 premiered yesterday. I watched it last night. The first episode of season 3. I think it's chapter 17, I believe. I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought it was just okay. Like I was just like,
Ultra
this
mid.
is cool. It felt very mid.
I'm sorry. Like quick little rant here, and it will be quick, I promise. Book of Boba Fett was utter garbage, unbelievable beyond garbage. I rewatched a few of those episodes the other day. I cannot believe I was excited for those. Kenobi, same thing. I mean, the fact that they had such an amazing hypothetical amazing character in Reva, and they just, like, in my opinion, wasted her.
Reva? You mean Reva?
Yeah, so Riverdale, great new Lord of the Rings set. No. Reva, whatever. The third sister is what I think she should have been called, because then I feel like they would have gone a lot more into her character. And I think that Ingrid Moses is a fantastic actress, and I think that it really would have been nice to see her have more of a role in the show, rather than weirdly knowing everything, but somehow not knowing it. I hated Kenobi as well. It was cool to see, spoiler alert, also don't watch it, but it was cool to see Liam Neeson again, but horrible show. Okay. Mando season 2, not great either. I think it was better. It was okay. And then Andor was the single most amazing piece of Star Wars content in the last 5 years. I'm like, that is just...
I agree. Andor is a masterpiece.
Andor is everything I could ever want. And the fact that we have more Book of Boba Fett Lego sets than Andor sets is forever an injustice to me. Considering we have half the episodes. I
agree.
That's just painful.
Coming back to Mando season 3, I think a lot of fans loved, I myself included, I loved season 1 and 2. I think season 3 is going to be great. Based off the trailer, I saw some pretty awesome scenes that we're going to be getting. But yeah, this first episode wasn't doing it for me personally. Like, it wasn't a bad episode, it really wasn't. But honestly, I thought Bad Batch, the newest Bad Batch episode, was way better.
I can't say I've watched any of the last 3.
Dude, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I want to tell you what happens. I really want to tell you what happens.
But I've somewhat boarded the Rich Boy J train of Star Wars right now.
Oh.
And it pains me to say that because, I've done the same with Marvel too. Like, I have not watched any Marvel movie since Multiverse of Midness.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think the last Marvel movie I saw was Thor: Love and Thunder, and I was very disappointed.
I didn't even bother.
But
I don't know how Disney fumbled the bag so horribly with both of their biggest franchises.
You're not watching Bad Batch, so you didn't even see the Commander Cody episode this season?
I saw the first 4. I think I stopped after, like, the 3rd in a row filler episode. I was just tired of it. I saw the ones where, like, Rampart gets, ramparted, or he gets his own severance, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. That was a good episode. If they were all like that, fantastic. If they were all like Andor, which, let me just go back to this. Andor is a masterpiece in not even just content. Like, I loved Diego Luna, it's just such a good show. And
yeah,
you know,
they had one of the best casts I've ever seen.
It is
like
such a good show.
It was Game of Thrones level casting, like where
That show
everybody
was
perfect.
so unbelievable. I love it. I love it so much, and I wish that they would stop funding this garbage. I don't want Skeleton Crew. I want Andor season 2. Okay.
Well, we
like,
are getting they're filming Andor season 2 right now, and I think
why can't they film it faster?
I saw a Star Wars article talking about it. Diego was saying that it's going to take some time because the first season took some time. I think he said they'll be done filming it at the end of this year, and then obviously it's like at least 6 months to a year of post production. So we're probably not going to get Andor season 2. Definitely not getting it this year in 2023. So it's probably going to be like mid 2024, I imagine, end of 2024. We'll get Andor season 2.
I've not been as excited for Star Wars. I waited for the next episodes. I was as excited as I was going into episode 8 of like the main line, and I have not had that since 2018. Which oh my gosh, I said this 5 years ago. Anyway, I've not had this since 2018. I know, it's insane, but yeah, I can't get into. I watched the episode. Spoiler alert right here. If you haven't watched it, mute your mic. I guess stop listening, or if you don't care, it's not a huge spoiler. When they put the same species as Babu Frick on screen, that annoyed me so. I don't know why, but that just pissed me off, right? Because at that point we had seen Bo-Katan already. They mentioned Cara Dune, which I'm glad she's not on the show anymore. But it was just Carl Weathers, Cara Dune, Babu Frick species. Oh my gosh, IG-11. What, guys? Who else can we cameo in here? Maybe more Mandalorians. Oh, here you go. Here's a bunch of Mandalorians with different colored helmets. Yay! This is good, right? I can't I can't enjoy it. I love Dave Filoni's craft. Everything pre-2020. Post that, horrible. I'm sorry. It's just that's the way I feel about it.
I want to give the season benefit of the doubt, so I want to see what the next. I mean, I'm gonna watch it all. I watch all the Star Wars stuff, no matter whether I like it or not. Book of Boba Fett, I didn't really like. Obi-Wan, I'm mixed about. Andor, I thought was amazing.
Masterpiece,
and
beautiful.
I'm gonna give Mando
Wars.
season 3. Like we're going to Mandalore. It seems like that's what we're doing, and I'm gonna be
don't get me started on that.
For someone who spent a year of my life building that Mandalorian city, I think it was Sundari, building that out of Lego, like seeing it in the live action show will bring me so much joy. And
it's going to be destroyed.
Apparently there's going to be flashbacks, though, of it still together.
That's so the bad stuff. Like,
no, but I'm excited to see it, man.
I can't. I used to love the cameos, and oh my gosh, we said Quinlan Voss's name. Oh my. I used to love that, but now it's just so tiring and boring and please give me an original concept. I don't care. Okay, I don't want to see Mando. Pirates. Ooh, they brought back the pirates. When's Hondo gonna pop out? Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. I'm genuinely surprised he did not.
I'm surprised Hondo didn't pop up either. But
I thought the second I heard pirates, I was gonna be like, oh, they're bringing Hondo, aren't they?
I don't know, but I do want to see Hondo again. Maybe I'd like to see him in. No. But maybe I'd like to see it. I don't think I want to see him in Mando. I'd rather see him in Bad Batch. I think him popping up would be fun in Bad Batch.
Bad Batch is more understandable for sure, and I think he will probably at some point because he popped up in Rebels too. But it's so much. I can't label a unique plot line in anything except for Andor at this point. Or a unique concept, or a unique character development. It's just relying on old stuff, which is okay. You can have old characters in your content, but please, I want something new and fresh. I know that I love these characters. Yes, I love Obi-Wan. You made me hate him more, but I still do like Obi-Wan. Does not mean I wanted 6 hours of Obi-Wan, being depressed for 10 minutes and then instantly being okay with it. I think the show would have been so much better if they focused on his depression and, grappling with the consequences of Order 66 and what he did. Not what he did, but what he went through. That would have been a much better show than, a Grand Inquisitor. You guys remember him from Rebels? Oh, yeah? You guys remember? Fifth Brother, you remember him from Rebels? Yeah, guys? Yeah? Yeah? Remember? Well, yeah.
All right, all right.
You got
I'm gonna stop Aaron's rant here. He's going on and
so
on. I don't necessarily agree with everything. I agree with some of what you're saying, but maybe not everything.
I should stop though. Yes, it's alienating. I will reserve judgment for next week when the next Mando episode comes out. Anyways,
but I remember
yeah,
from the trailer we're going to Coruscant. There's some battles. We're supposed to be getting. There's rumors that I don't know how many Mandalorian season 3 sets we're getting. Maybe like 2 or 3 sets. I think is what
I'm
I've
excited
heard.
for the dual pack set rumor, the one where it's like a TIE interceptor and a Mando fighter. I'm excited for that one.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, that would be cool. So we'll find out if it's a real set or not in the future. But I'm gonna definitely I'm watching Mando season 3 with a keen eye, wondering what Lego sets could be made out of the show. So that'll be interesting. There's
I
no
don't understand.
rumors. There's no rumors of Bad Batch sets, and I'm kind of getting upset because I love the show. I think season 2 has some
For how
banging
long it is, they
episodes.
really should be sets. There should be sets for there. Like considering the length of the show. Like I said earlier, Book of Boba Fett has 2 or 3 sets, right? And it was 6 episodes long. Andor had 1. Bad Batch has 1. Like that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, to
But
be fair, I think there's so many Star Wars shows coming out this year, so I understand Lego having
part
to
of the problem,
balance
yeah.
all of this. But I honestly, if they're getting so overwhelmed with, we normally get, I don't know, they've kind of really done something different in the last 2 years now, where they're just spreading out the waves. We're no longer getting like one giant winter wave, one giant summer wave. And then like when the movies were coming out in 2015 to 2019, we'd always get Force Friday, and that would be a third wave in the fall. That's no longer happening. But, I understand why they're spreading out like the winter wave through like January through May. That makes sense. And then we still are going to get, it seems like we're going to get like a summer wave. Who knows? And they're spreading that out more at the end of the year. But they should do another like fall wave with like more TV show sets, I think. I think they need to do what they did like they did with the movies, which is they need 3 waves again, and they're kind of getting there, but I don't feel like there's still that there's enough slots in the year that there's so much content that they can fill. I don't know. What do you think?
You're not wrong. I think that there's too much to cover everything, which I think is a problem. I enjoyed the movie waves, where it's like, Force Friday. I love those. I loved doing that. The memories I have of 2018 Force Friday with the bomber set and the TIE silencer and the Star Destroyer, like it's just you can't beat that. And I think this is nostalgia talking, but I really feel like less spread out, less sporadic releases would be so much better in my opinion, which I think you also agree with. Or not even less like spread out, but like more to a release. Like the fact that we got 3 helmet sets, yay! They're cool, but like I can't play with it. Which I'm 21 years old, maybe I shouldn't, but like I want to play with my Lego set sometimes, and I don't want just helmets, which I think that's a different issue. But I think that
I said
bigger.
I said in my helmets comparison video that I think we saw the last of the helmets personally. I think Rex, Cody, and Boosh are the last of the helmets, and I feel like there's a rumor that there was going to be a indoor helmet, Princess Leia helmet or Luke Skywalker helmet. And everybody thought that was going to be the slot that the Executive Super Star Destroyer now filled. So I think we are looking at the end of the helmet era,
which I would not be angry or sad or happy about. I think I think it's ran its course.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd like to see a few more prequel stuff, especially like General Grievous. I think that would have been a really cool. I know it's more of a head, but it's still he does wear a helmet as we see in the Clone Wars.
I'll have to send you a picture. My friend built an insane mock of that scale of Grievous head. It is like, I mean, if Lego had done it, it would have been amazing. Like, I think that would be a great one, but I don't think they will.
I guess they never did a set where you could see like someone's eyes. They are truly all helmets. So maybe that was the issue.
No, Vader.
I would have liked.
Vader's a helmet. Yeah.
Well, you can't see his eyes necessarily unless you count the red that you see in the movies and like A New Hope. So I don't know. But that's all we have for this week, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for episode 4. We're dropping these podcast episodes every Friday, so definitely look out for that. Aaron, any last thoughts? Closing thoughts.
Well, I'm glad that we're finally getting these released. It's been a lot harder than I think both of us thought. So definitely a learning curve, and I think there's still a lot to improve on. Other than that, sorry if I got a little ranty today. But we brought up some strong things, and I feel very passionate about Riverdale. Very, very, very core to my heart. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Other than that, nothing else I can really think of.
Cool, man. And we should probably also give a shout out to our awesome editor.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to, I think we sponsored him last week as well. We're going to keep doing it because he keeps helping us a lot with the editing. You want to check out MrBricktastic.com. It is a bricklink store that sells an extremely wide variety of the Lego Star Wars pieces, as well as just Lego pieces in general. I think he recently just picked up, I think over 10,000 minifigures that he's parting out and putting into a store. Bricklink interface, so it's pretty easy to use. Make sure you let him know that we sent you. Store will be down in the description below.
Yep. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this podcast. Don't forget you can find this podcast anywhere that you can find podcasts. And so you can also subscribe to the BrixCast YouTube channel. Hopefully in the future we might even do some clips, so clipping out in sections and making those videos. We have lots of possibilities for where the podcast could go. And if you are listening on to one of those podcast networks, make sure you guys give us a review. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Maybe you don't like Aaron, maybe you like me, maybe you don't like me, maybe you like Aaron. Should we have guests on? Looking for feedback, and yeah, can't wait to hear it.
What
Thanks,
if they
everybody.
say they don't like you? Yeah, no.
That'd be terrible.
I know, that'd be... Don't say if you don't like us. We don't want to hear it. No, I'm kidding. Any criticism is welcome, of course. But yeah, have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Bye.